Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm like 2 seconds late. Good Lord. Women, I know you're probably like, girl, if you could be on time, it would really be helpful to the rest of us. That's fine, y'all. I'm just going to let this get out and get everybody in the room really quickly. Let me pull this up on my phone so that I can... Good. Went out. Okay. Hello, Fit Goddess. Hello, Dee Dee. Hey, Janet. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Now, all them folks that was asking about this darn Merkaba stuff, best to come on. Come on in the room. Right? Okay. So we're going to get going. For those of you watching the replay, thank you very much for coming. This is going to be kind of the first of a pretty in-depth series that we're going to be doing here at this channel. So welcome home, Lightworker. This is going to be part of a playlist that's going to be kind of like Lightworker training. Okay, so this is the meat and potatoes of everything that I've been talking about, wanting to get into, and why this channel, the website, why I exist, is to help folks become light workers. Okay, like really become, like you're already a light worker, but I'm saying like get really into the fullness of who you are and walking in that fullness. So it's going to be part of that series. There's going to be a lot in that playlist right here on this channel. And eventually we'll talk about the rest of it. But anyway, we're going to start off with the Merkaba. Okay, with the Merkaba. So I'm going to welcome everybody as we're coming in. And probably if you're watching this replay a little bit later, I am going to edit this. It's going to be an edited, there's going to be an edited version that's just going to be the training. So we're going to get into the training first, and then we're going to go ahead and we are going to open it up for questions. All right. So I want to do something. I don't know how many of you have ever seen a Merkaba, right? So I'm going to show this picture first of the Merkaba inside the flower of life. So you're not going to see me. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So I want us to look at this here. This here in the middle, okay, the darker looks like triangles. That is the Merkaba, and this is at the center of the circle of life. All right. So the Merkaba are two tetrahedrons. So if you were to take the Star of David, you can probably see that here. Like if you were to imagine, here is one triangle that's not third dimensional, and here is another triangle not third dimensional. That's the Star of David. So if you were to take the Star of David and make both of those triangles third dimensional, you would get a tetrahedron. Okay? And then if you put those two tetrahedrons together, you get a multi-dimensional shape, a sacred geometrical shape that is called the Merkaba. All right? That is called the Merkaba. So I should probably title this, What is the Merkaba? But we're going to talk about that. So, and that's at the very center. So the Merkaba represents our light body. Okay, the Merkaba, I have got lots of stuff that I printed off out here. The Merkaba is referred to as our light body, okay? It originates from 3 separate words. So I'm going to make this smaller, right? And it originates from 3 separate words. All right, so one of those words, let me see if I can make an additional banner on the fly. No, I'm going to do it this way. We're going to go into this. So yes, our higher self. So Merkaba comes from Mer, which is, bear with me. Here we go. Light plus Ka. Remember we dealt with our Ka chakra the other night when we were doing our guided meditation. I think that was the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction meditation. So those of you watching, if you go to that particular video, you're going to find that. Our Ka chakra, which is really kind of like that God-centered chakra or that God chakra, meaning, so Ka equals spirit. Plus BA, which equals body. So that's what Merkaba, right? That's what Merkaba, how we came up, how we've got that word. Mer equals light. Ka equals spirit. Oh, I forgot to put a plus there. Hold on. Let's see if I can copy that. No, I don't want to put myself in timeout. That would not be good. Anyway, sorry. Ka equals spirit and Ba equals body. Light, spirit, body, or our light body. The one 6 inches over our head, our Ka chakra. We know about the 7. We always deal with the 7, right? The crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. However, we don't typically deal with the 12 because there's 12. There's some more below and there's more above. The Ka is about 6 inches above our head. Okay, so that's where we get Makabe from. It's the spirit part of our mind, body, spirit. So when I talk to you about being spirit led, this is kind of a really practical explanation of what being spirit led means. I mean, activate your light body and allow your light body, your Ka, right? Your spirit, who you are, your essence really resides here. And that's how it goes further, right? That's how you get to higher dimensions because your Ka is not contained within your body. Your Ka is outside of your body, yet your spirit resides in and without. It's impossible for a spirit, which is pure energy, to just reside in something that's moving so slow and it's a small body. It's a small thing, right? Can't do that. You can't contain spirit, just like you can't catch the wind. Wasn't that something? That was a song from Pocahontas. Wasn't that Disney movie, You Can't Catch the Wind? Y'all help me with that. Anyway, I'm sure somebody will tell me later. Anyway, so yes, it's the divine in our being, right? It's the divine portion of our being. Now, I want to show you something else. It's so cool. Let me go back to my other screen. We're going to make this one go bye-bye. So your Makabe is always spinning. It's always in motion. Isn't that cool? It's always in motion. So I found this gift, The Colors of the Wind. That's right. So I found this gift out there. And if you can see that you've got one tetrahedron coming out, right? And if you were to flip it, then you would see that green tetrahedron coming back the other way. Now, in the Bible, what they say is that I believe it was Elijah. Was it Elijah that saw the angel of the Lord, or he saw the wheel in the middle of the wheel? It was not Elijah. It was Isaiah. Y'all help me now. Sometimes I do forget some of that. But that wheel in the middle of the wheel, if you've ever seen it actually drawn out according to what in the Kabbalah, or actually seeing it drawn out by Hebrew scholars, it would look something like this tetrahedron. Actually, it would look like this. I think it's this one. Nope, this one. It would look like as more of a circular thing with something spinning in the middle, but he couldn't know how to describe it, right? So there you have that. So the wheel in the middle of the wheel. Now, our Merkaba is our light body transportation methodology, so to speak. It is the vehicle through which we travel spiritually. You know, we have to have something in our third dimensional mind to kind of comprehend it. And so this sacred geometry was given to us so we could comprehend it, right? So we would comprehend what this is all about. Why do we do this? Okay. So when we're talking about Merkaba activation, okay, I'm talking about that spinny thing that we got going. I think I got another one to show you guys too that I kind of like. Let me put this one. No. Here, let's look at this one. You see how that's spinning? I wonder if I can start it over. You put it up here, and I'm going to make it go away. I don't think I can make it replay. Oh, yeah, I can. Here we go. Forever. Play. All right. Do you see how that's spinning? That's even better representation. You've got one tetrahedron spinning on one axis at the bottom. And then separately, in a counterclockwise motion, one clockwise, one counterclockwise, you have the other spinning, right? This way. And if you see that light body, light being in the middle of that MP4 that I got playing there, that's your light body. Your Merkaba, literally think of it as an energetic generator that's always going and keeping your energy moving. It literally creates your aura. This is how your aura is created. It's literally creating your aura by doing this clockwise and counterclockwise motion at all times. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It continues and continues and continues to move. We may or may not be aware of it until we become awakened, until we make a choice to actually say, I wish to activate it and really get it going. In someone that is less awakened or hasn't fully woken up yet, maybe has some awareness, that thing's going to spin, but it's not going to spin with as much authority, generate as much power. It's just not going to generate as much of an energy field within and without our light body. So really when I'm saying activate your Merkaba, your light, Ka, divine essence, chakra, if you will, spirit, body. Now, real quick, why would we even want to do this? Well, when we do this, why would you do this? Okay. This helps you on your spiritual ascension process. When you activate your Merkaba, this brings in some of the benefits that to doing it actually bring in astral travel. So astral projection, yes, but I'm talking even beyond that. I'm talking astral travel. So sometimes you guys will hear me talk about how when I get into a specific like I get into a deep meditative state, and I've talked about being somewhere else. I've talked about being somewhere else, literally. Not in my body, somewhere else. At different points in time, I'm at different shores of different places, all the different things, right? I'm just everywhere. So astral travel. Let me put this down here. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Lisa's been busy while she's been working. So, oops. Benefits. So we've got astral travel. And I'm not talking about just dropping down into somewhere else third dimensionally. I'm talking about going somewhere else interdimensionally. Okay, astral travel, lucid dreams. So some of you have actually done some of this. You've activated it probably in a greater way than you even realized you have already. Hang on one second. It's not the. Here we go. Increased spiritual power and awareness. I'm going to put that in there too. Heightened power of heightened, hey AP, heightened power, powers of manifestation and ascension to higher consciousness. All right, here are the benefits of doing this. Oops, chat. Show. Okay, I'm getting this. These are the benefits of doing this. Now, when I say astral travel, I'm literally talking about being somewhere else. Literally. And I'll have that discussion on Patreon. I'm not having that discussion here. Increased spiritual power and awareness. That should be and awareness. You are much more aware of everything 5D and up. That becomes a reality to you. It's not a maybe, it's not a possibly, it's not a potentially, it is. Okay, you're aware of your spirit guides, you're aware of your ancestors, you're aware of angels, you're aware of the reality of source energy. You're aware of so much. It's a whole new world, right? It's a whole new world. Your heightened powers of manifestation. So when I tell you that, remember, I've been telling y'all, I think a thing, it happens. I have to be very careful what I think. I have to be very careful of what I say. I have to be very careful of how I feel towards somebody. Boom, it happens. Boom, it happens. Boom, it happens. And it happens faster. It's like, it happens faster than I can't third dimensionally figure that out. Ascension to a higher consciousness. This is the place where you really, I'm telling you, honestly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, figure out who you remember who you are. You remember what your purpose is. You remember what you agreed to do. You remember all of this, and you remember how to do it. And while you might not in your third dimensional self be able to verbalize it, there's a language of light. There's a language of light. We were talking about that this morning with the ear ringing. There's a language of light that the third dimensional being can't comprehend because the frequency is far away it's beyond what we as a third dimensional being can comprehend and process. So what is Merkaba activation? When you see these things beginning to happen, your Merkaba is becoming activated. When more activated at a higher level, it's really spinning. It's really going. right? It's really going. Let me move this bad boy down over here to this corner, or at least over here. Okay. I saw a question. I'm trying to take some questions now. We'll open it up for complete questions in a little bit here. Can you be aware of your 3D body when your Makabe is traveling? Yeah, you can. Sometimes I am. Most times I'm not. Do we have the 6 activation points in 3D or just in 5D? Wow. That's an interesting question, AP. Do we have the 6 activation points? I believe in order to access, you've got one in your Kundalini, which is your root chakra, which is basically 3D. I don't believe, if I'm just thinking, it resides in your 5D, because the 3D dimensional self can only comprehend the spirit to a specific point, after which you've got to go to the 5D, because what starts out with really an unopened Merkaba or an unactivated Merkaba doesn't like kickstart this motion. Like, we have an aura at all times. We're born with an aura, but it really doesn't start going and coming into power until the tetrahedrons really start spinning in the opposite directions. There's specific meditation techniques. I think I've always just done it on my own. And everybody has it. So I believe, to me, you're never, I didn't access it fully until I got to the 5D. It's because it's really 5th dimensional. This is displayed 3rd dimensional, but the reality is the points are outside of your body in your aura. Okay. Hey, 87 Spark. Hello, everybody that's joined, by the way. So it literally happened right at 11 a.m. Wow, that's awesome. Is this what we call deja vu, where we revisit something we've seen before? Not really. Yes and no. Deja vu is really the, let me put this. Deja vu, I'm going to answer this question. I'm going to start getting back. Deja vu is the realization that, our spirit has already been there. We've already seen this. We already know how this plays out, and we're just catching up. And it's our spirit saying, been here, done that, letting you know you're on the right path, or letting you know, get the heck out, right? That's kind of what that is. That's beautiful, Leslie. Okay, let's keep it. That happened. Ceresia, your Merkaba was activated in middle school. That's awesome. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey, hello, Guide of the Light. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Hello, Jeanette. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. So what I described what the Merkaba is. Like I said, as you can see here, it really generates and gets your auric energy on fleek. Like, it just goes whoosh. So sometimes when I've worked with some of you guys and we start here with your solar plexus, and I'm like, chakra, and I'm like, let's get this going, and I start the generator going. This is the spiritual external astral plane generator. Okay? How you could get it restarted. If it started when you were younger, let me put it to you this way. I know that my Merkaba was activated at a very young age. However, it kind of lay dormant for a while until I started going through another spiritual awakening. And then I would say it lay dormant for a little while longer until I went through this spiritual awakening. And now I can't stop that son of a gun from going and from moving. Okay. Usually people don't go through this process unless it comes by one of two ways. Usually it's either trauma that forces you to go within and do your shadow work, clear out all the junk, and let the engine start running. You go through a period of soul searching and shadow work at that point. I know this is probably bugging y'all, so let me just turn this butt baby off. You're going to go through you go through this period of soul searching, you go through this period of clearing out stuff, you go through this period of that shadow work, the dark night of the soul, and that typically will result in activation. The second is through meditation and spiritual practice. So you choose to open it up, you choose to activate it. Okay. Definitely the more preferential methodology is to do it through spiritual awakening, okay? But a lot of us go through the spiritual awakening after we go through trauma. I would imagine, I've got 15 to 20 people here from time to time, 15 active in the chat. Thank you everybody for being here, by the way. I would imagine, oh, thank you so much, AP. I appreciate that. But you haven't felt activated. Okay, AP, thank you for sharing that. I would imagine that most all of us have come here with me subsequent to some sort of trauma or multiple traumas in your lives. I wish I could say that we activate our Merkaba, all of us do it just because we want to. I'm hoping some of y'all will activate your Merkaba without having to go through the trauma. So really, what is this Merkaba activation if I'm going to break it down? It is the kind of, I look at it as the last main gate to getting to the next level. It's the last main thing that sits in the space, the doorway that sits in between you being awake at a kind of like, I'm aware that there's a source, I'm aware that there's God, I'm aware of this. Maybe you've been in church, or you've been in mass, or you've been at the mosque, or you've been at the temple, whatever, and you felt God's presence, and you feel right. You have this feeling, this knowing. It feels great. For us charismatics, the organ get going and people get to running and everything like that, running. That's kind of like the beginning process of your awakening. And so you're aware that there is more, there is greater than you. And you become aware that you are a triune being, spirit, soul, and body, spirit, mind, body, spirit, ego, body. Right? So we're aware of that process. And then as we go further along, as we get further into this, then it's like, okay, religion is not doing it. I feel like there's more than this. And we recognize that we really want to get to a higher level, a higher plane, that we want to be in relationship individually with the collective or with source energy. Right? That's the whole point of religion. It's supposed to be, but it keeps us from getting there. That's when we're getting to this Merkaba activation space. When you're ready, Lightworker, to get to the next level, when you're ready, Lightworker, to do the astral, when you're ready to heighten your spiritual and walk in your spiritual gifts, when you're ready to have a heightened manifestation walk, when you're ready to be dual citizens of the fifth dimension and the third dimension, the fifth and higher, at the same time, that's when it becomes necessary and you have this desire to activate your Merkaba. Are you ever in like meditation, either with me or somebody else or by yourself, and you're just like, man, I want to go there, and you can feel yourself like lifting, getting ready for takeoff? Those of you that fly, you know that feeling when the jet plane goes so fast, it picks up the speed, and the wind begins to catch underneath the wings, and they pull that nose up, and that sense of I'm getting ready to lift off. If y'all had that feeling, now how many of y'all, tell the truth, how many of y'all have stopped yourself in the middle of meditation just as you're about to go take off? How many of y'all stopped yourselves? That's my favorite part of flying too, Janet. Right? You haven't gotten there yet? Well, we're going to get you there. We're going to get you there. I'll talk a little bit about the how tonight, but I'm not going to go too deep into the how. I want you to understand that everyone has one. I want you to understand you have a Merkaba. I want you to understand that it is meant to be activated. I want you to understand that it is nothing to be scared of. I want you to understand it is your light body, and Merkaba activation is simply the act of getting this engine running. Let me show you this one here. Yep, this one. Getting that engine running. This engine. So that your light body and your aura gets strengthened, and your light body can kind of begin to fill the expanse, if you will, and take off. And take off. Right? It used to be, beloveds, that people felt that only ascended masters could unlock the power of the Merkaba. And I'm gonna open it further up, because the activation of the Merkaba gives you access to spiritual power and knowledge and wisdom, ability, love that you had no idea you had access to. For those that were with us on Patreon, and that link is still up there, you can watch it at any time when you join as a patron for as little as $1. This is when the DNA begins to get activated. I go into DNA activation a lot. You will have a greater ability to access source energy, unlock your higher consciousness. It's hard for me to put into words. I can't imagine no longer having my Merkaba activated anymore. I can't imagine. Your Merkaba, I'm going to say this, then I'm going to close and open it up for questions. Your Merkaba here in the center of the circle of life, when this begins to move, when it begins to be activated and spin like this, it weaves this beautiful web. You guys don't need to see me. That spinning motion then creates this circle of life. It creates these circles, energetic fields. It creates a greater, even more powerful, broader Merkaba in and of itself that then ends up in unending circular energetic fields at 1, 2, 3, 4, at the octagon points. And think of that octagon that it's creating with the circle. If you could see it as a third dimensional thing, you'd be able to see that it comes out across many points, and there's little wheels and unending circles all over it. It creates your aura. It strengthens it. It makes it strong and well-rounded. It literally is a force field. And you are then a walking generator and creator of things, of life. You are a conduit for life energy, for universal life energy, for source energy. This is creating, allowing your conduit to be activated. And source energy flows through you and you with it. I hope I'm not going too far out there. All right? All right. 36 minutes. That's good. I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to cut it there. Now, here is, I'm going to open this up for questions here. Paste. If you click that link, hello, Marina. Hello to everybody. I'm so sorry. If you click that link that I just put in the chat, you can join me and ask me a question right here on StreamYard. That's why I went ahead and did this. I came on, trying to get on and off before some other people get on and off. So click that link and join me on StreamYard here if you want to chat me up. But I'm opening it up for any questions. Okay, so I've got a question here. How much control do we have over where we go and such? Listen, what you always want control for? Oh, wow. Okay. The concept of control as far as where you go, your higher self knows where it wants to go. Your third dimensional self probably does not. But your higher self knows where it wants to go, where it needs to go. So I guess you have to trust your spirit. I will say that there are times definitely that I know I'm going where I just, when we're doing certain meditations, certain meditations, and I'll say, hey, y'all, tonight before we do this guided meditation, I'm warning you, we're going to go somewhere tonight. Because I'm literally taking you guys with me, right? In my Merkaba, in a sense. And I'm putting y'all in there and let's go. Or I'm guiding you on the journey. I'm guiding you on the journey. Hello, AP.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. I've never seen this before. StreamYard.
Yeah, I like it because you guys can join in.
I'll mute myself.
No, you don't have to, honey. Did you have a question?
No, I'm just listening. I mean, I have lots of questions.
Well, ask away. That's what this time is for.
Okay, so I have been studying like the Merkaba, like sacred type of geometry. And why don't I feel activated? Is it just not? I don't know. I'm getting discouraged.
Oh, don't be discouraged. Have you specifically done meditations?
Yes. Yes. I have 2 little kids, so it's really hard to find time to meditate. And then I work full time too. So, like today, I meditated and I just felt so nauseous because I was releasing a lot of toxins from my stressful day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I do meditate all the time. It's just, I don't ever get to a state where it's like anxious and then I pass out. Like there's no in between.
Okay, that used to be me all the time.
Uh,
So, okay, first thing I'm going to ask, do you meditate lying down?
I meditate lying down at night, but I meditate sitting, like how you tell us to put our face above the horizon and feet
Mm-hmm.
planted during the day. And I never fall asleep during the day when I'm doing that.
Okay, good.
But at night I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I'm laying down.
that's fine. Because I'll lay down and meditate at night specifically because I want to go to sleep. So that's fine. So yes, so here. Yep. Sharon said meditate in the morning. Yep. So you meditate in the morning, you don't fall asleep then. That's perfect. Okay.
Yeah, mom thing and meditation. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
rough.
It's
I
hard.
get it. So it's either meditate before the kids get up or after they go to bed.
Yes.
Now if you're going to, do you ever have any like time where somebody comes and gets them?
Used to until this whole pandemic thing, and now we're not allowed to leave the house per the government. So no.
Well, you don't leave, you
They are
can't leave
with
the house.
me. No, we can't leave the house unless we're going to get groceries, but the kids aren't allowed to come with me when we go get groceries. So I have to have my husband watch them, and then I go get groceries.
If y'all don't vote some of y'all governors out of office, oh my gosh, I'm messing up my hair, child. That just threw me all the way off. Okay, all right. He can't even take them outside for a couple of hours?
Maybe 20 minutes. I think we've got 20 minutes. We could handle that. But no, not enough for me to actually meditate. I need an hour. I need like a straight hour to get really
Bro,
deep into it, you know?
I can't play with these people and this locking y'all up. Okay, I digress. So I would say yes, take an hour. Yes, take an hour in the morning.
Yeah. I can do that. I can wake up early and take that time in the morning because that's when I'm the clearest anyway.
Yeah. I have, which one did I do recently? Ooh. Did you participate in the Jupiter Pluto meditation?
Ooh. Was that with the relationships?
That was the full moon one we just did.
No, I don't think I did Jupiter or Pluto.
Go grab the Jupiter Pluto meditation.
Okay.
That one for sure is that's gonna take you somewhere. Because
Yes.
it's gonna access the portal that we're in right now.
Okay.
Or find an ascension guided meditation, maybe that I have under the guided meditation playlist, or meditative mind. I just used this to that's not guided, so if you don't need my voice, that's totally fine. Anything that's about 900 hertz or so, 800, 900, get to that frequency and use that frequency and see if that doesn't activate.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So that's definitely what I would do. And I'll consider doing a Merkaba activation. I don't know if I'm gonna do it here. I might, but maybe we'll do one here as well. But I would use that and see how that, because it's not gonna take you an hour to do it. The
Mm-hmm.
thing I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, guys. Once you activate this Merkaba, like once you activate it, just don't be shocked if like you're like gone. Like all of a sudden you're like gone. Now I
You said
can
it.
go and come back in 15 minutes. So it's not like you're always going to be gone for like hours at a time. Okay. But another thing I should probably tell you guys, if you're going to go activating your Merkabas, please be sure you got some grounding stones by you, please. So you come back. Not that you're just going to float in outer space somewhere, okay, in other dimensions, but it makes it easier to come back if you've got the grounding stones. Because before I used the grounding crystals and the grounding stones, I would be gone for 2-3 hours just out of here. Now I would come back with a whole lot of visions and a whole lot of information, but I was gone for 2 or 3 hours. Just not here. And when I woke up, I thought I had only been out for 15 minutes. It was crazy. So please use grounding stone. Please just have them close. But I would go to that higher frequency of music, because I think the ascension energy music that I use is like at about 800 and some hertz. It's higher. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll
So
let somebody
you
else
all are
ask a
locked up.
question.
Y'all are just really literally locked up.
Yeah. Yeah. We're locked up.
See, we can pretty much come and go as we please. Um, I never saw anybody on the streets anyway, so whatever. But like in my county, we only have 19 cases. No deaths.
Yeah.
Like we got nothing. So
Ours is probably skewed, our metrics. But we can come and go as we please. It's just a small town, so it's frowned upon if they see kids out and stuff. We're judged pretty hard.
oh my God.
So
My neighbors' kids are out all the time. What are they supposed to do? They're not in school.
I know, they just play. Well, they play in the backyard and stuff, but we can't like go out in public. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be over soon.
It'll be over soon.
It'll be over
Yes.
soon, guys. Honestly. Awesome.
That's good. That's good insight.
Yeah. You have any other questions?
I do, but I want to let somebody else talk. I can come in later.
Okay. All right. We'll see if anybody else pops in.
Right.
People are not popping in. They're not brave like you.
They're not brave?
Come
on, guys.
And I know I have a couple of camera hams in here right now. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, honey. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. All right. What else do we got? Oh, okay. Well, she muted. I know you're brave, Janet. So AP, you might as well just at least unmute yourself. People are asking where you're from.
Oh, I am from Michigan, the cold state.
Are you from Lower Michigan then? The Lower Peninsula? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, okay. We're in Lansing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because my daughter-in-law's mother lives in the UP, and they're going up for Easter.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom lives in the UP. She lives in Ontonagon.
Girl, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she lives in the boondocks. 2 tracks for 2 miles. It takes 40 minutes to get down her driveway. Oh, no, I'm not joking. Yeah. I'm not joking.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. It's beautiful up there, but I'm not trying to. I was like, yeah, you guys go take the grandkids. I'll see y'all after Easter. I'm fine. It'd be no problem. Okay. Well, we're gonna pray for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need it.
Yeah.
I do have a question. So
Okay.
if we are wanting to astro travel, if we're like, do we have to be activated? Does our Makabe have to be activated in order for us to astral travel? Or does it just help us? Or is it one and the same?
I don't know that I know anyone that doesn't have a Merkaba activation that has astral traveled. However, I suppose there's degrees. Like you can get it can activate and then not like you not really like use that energy a lot. And so because you're not feeding the engine, not growing spiritually. I suppose you could astral travel without knowingly activating your Merkaba. Because I know I've taken people places and they don't, I know that they're not. So you can. It's a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah. And is it a really good technique just to like pretend like you're pulling on a rope to get up out of your body in order to astral travel? Or what technique do you use?
When I'm like really, really ready to go somewhere, it's kind of like I envision like this like double door hatch almost kind of like opening up, and I just let my spirit ascend. I have heard some people using a rope. I have heard some people reference it as walking up a ladder or climbing a ladder or walking up steps.
I love it.
I guess because I love to fly so much, I just like open up these hatch doors and it's like I'm gone. And it's really when I've quieted my mind to the point where it's really basically my mind shut off. There's levels to it. So my mind will shut off first. And it's like I can see nothing, like my eyes are closed, but like it's extremely bright light, even if it's dark in the room. It's extremely bright. And so I'll have some kind of lucid thought or vision almost at that moment, or I'll just kind of like be hearing spiritually first, and then I don't astral travel every time I meditate. It doesn't happen every time.
I feel like it'd be addicting.
I think it could. But I don't astral travel every time I meditate. And that travel at the beginning can probably happen a lot easier when you're dreaming than anything else, because you're in your subconscious at that point.
Yes, which brings me to my very last question, and then all of you brave souls can take over. So I'll wake up and I'll see a bunch of images because I'm still like coming out of dreaming state. And I'll just see this like screenplay of images, and it's the most beautiful thing. And I don't know what any of it means, but it's just, oh, I just love it. And I'll be like, okay, you need to Google what that means. You'll need to Google what that means in my head. And when I try and get those images when I'm meditating, it never comes. It only comes upon waking up from my dreams.
That's because your mind is so like not engaged in third dimensional world yet that your spirit still has taken over, right? It's still leading. So doing this allows your spirit to lead. So that it'll be easier for you to see those images when you're awake. So the stronger your spirit gets, right, the more you're allowing it to lead.
Yeah.
The more you allow it to lead and you exercise that muscle, the more it will. It just then it just comes.
Yeah.
Some of us, when we say we see, though, some of us don't actually see. Some of us kind of feel see. So, like, I would say akin to like a blind person that can create the vision in their head and they've never seen it physically.
Mm-hmm.
So some of us, like, that's me. So I say I see something and I don't really like necessarily see it visually. I more sense it. So it's kind of like, again, a blind person. I'm not actually clairaudient unless, creator really wants to get my attention and I've really, it's like, now, and I'm like, okay. But I hear, but I'm not clairaudient. Some people are very clairaudient and they hear with their third dimensional ear as well. So if that's not, I don't know why I needed to tell you that, but so if it doesn't have to happen where it's like the same way maybe you're thinking it happens third dimensionally. Okay.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great questions. Love it. Awesome. Bye. Okay. Hey, Ms. Bishop. Okay. Much younger. I traveled a lot. Astral travel a lot at night with no knowledge. Yeah. Yeah, it activating the Merkaba makes it so much more. It makes it so it makes it so you can do it at will, which is fun. Okay. Is it the same process for trying to read Akashic records? No. I mean, yes, but no. Astral travel and Akashic records, I guess you could say kind of yes, but no. I mean, Akashic records is really you're trying to unlock your past or you're unlocking you're unlocking all of your records from all of your lifetimes. The best grounding stones, obsidian, hematite, black tourmaline. Tiger's eye is good. Citrine is good. Citrine is good for ascension or for grounding. I love it. Love, love. And citrine is one of the few stones that don't need clearing, nor do they need charging. But my whole concept about clearing and charging is different. Okay. Do we have any other questions, guys? It's really cool to astral travel now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I like citrine. My latest thing has been what is this? Celestine. I couldn't remember it. Well, hello, love.
Hi.
Hi.
This is weird. Okay.
Hello, love.
So this is weird. Okay.
Okay. So do you have either headphones or you might have to
This is weird. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. So do you have either headphones or you might have to
This is weird. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. So do you have either headphones or you might have to
Hold on.
Okay. So okay, I muted her for just a second. Okay, I muted her for just a second.
Can you say something so I know if you're
Hello?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I'm coming. Okay, am I coming in your ears? Good.
Oh, the delay is weird.
What's your question?
So I when we did the class that opened up the third eye,
Mhm.
I like went away, but I don't have any recollection of where I went. It was just lost time. So what was that?
So that was probably, I would say, astral travel. Do you want me to type it instead? Sorry, guys. It is weird with the delay sometimes. It can be weird. Okay, you're just going to listen. All right, gotcha. Okay. So that was probably astral travel. Sometimes we don't remember or we're not completely aware of where we've gone until we get used to going. We may remember later. We may remember what we were told later. But there are times where I go and I don't necessarily go to a destination. I'm just not here. And it's a beautiful time, but sometimes those times are more for respite. Sometimes I'm getting information and I am told it like what it was for later on rather than in the moment. It can happen. Oh, it can happen that way. So I know it can be a weird delay. I don't know why that happened. Um, so I would say that was definitely the beginning of that kind of astral travel. You were in another, and really all astral travel means is interdimensional travel at the end of the day. That's all that really is. It's just a fancy schmancy way to say it. Okay. These are great questions. Love it. So I don't know if you heard the rest of it, but I was saying that yes, you can go somewhere and not remember it. That I would say yes, that is astral travel because astral travel is just interdimensional travel. That's just a fancy way to say it. Sometimes I know exactly where I've gone. Sometimes I don't. Especially when you channel, if you allow that other entity, that other spirit to really speak through you, and you're channeling for a long period of time, there's times where that the ascended master, or perhaps the Palladian or the Arcturian or whoever's channeling through you, they will like kind of allow you to have this whole vision. In some third dimensional type space, kind of like another space in the Matrix. You know how Neo and everybody like they could like do like training locations and it really wasn't the Matrix, but they would have these training locations. And so when some people that channel, they go to this space, like if they're channeling for a long time, while the ascended master or the starseed or other interdimensional entity, they're allowing them to speak through them. I'm winding down. We talked for the first half hour, and I'm gonna put that up, and then we're gonna as a teaching separately. Hey CJD, do I have a guided meditation for Astral? I have not done one yet, but we will add that to the list. We will add that. That's okay. This is one of those I don't know. Hello, Trine. Welcome, Shonda. Shonda Rise. Ooh, you have a new name. Shonda Rise, Scorpio Goddess. I love that, honey. Yes, Queen. Yes, Goddess. Yes, Goddess. Shonda Rise, Scorpio Goddess. Is that your channel name now? I love it. I love it. Yeah, we'll. Where's my pen? All right, we'll put that down. We'll put that down. Okay. Hello, darling. Okay. Any more questions? Now we got that the StreamYard link in there. I'm gonna add that, guys. So we need to do an astral travel meditation, and then I need to do one for we'll do a Merkaba meditation, activation meditation as well. Okay, we'll do that next. Oh, all right now. I like that. Gemini, get your tail down. This cat is scratching his head on my monitor. Hey, Rendezvous, how are you, love? You're welcome. What else y'all want me to do? Okay, so have I explained this Merkaba activation to y'all? Like I said, I'm gonna leave this up, but I am gonna carve out the 30-some minutes, and I might even make that into 2 sections, but I'm gonna carve out the 30-some minutes and load it up as an edited version. Get your tail down. Get down. Come here. Know what? Questions? Ouch. What you hold on to me for? Stop. Yeah, well, the one kitty cat. I don't know where Virgo is, but Gemini wanted her screen time, clearly. Oh. Yeah, I know. Thank you. She'll be a year old in a little more than a month. About 6 weeks from now, she'll be a year old. Welcome back, Ceresia. You guys have any other questions? Anything in general? Do it all again. I'm sorry. Am I too loud for you? Terrible. Okay, here. Why don't you go then? Come on. She's been real needy today. That's okay, though. It's all right. What else is going on? You guys want to talk about anything else? Are they? I love my kitty cats. I love my kitty. We are matching today. Thank you very much. Yes, we are. We're matching cat mama and kitties. Yes, ma'am. Schedule a time to talk. By the way, by the by, you guys see this down at the bottom running on the channel, right? Or on the website. Oh, Lord have mercy. Help me. Jesus, help me. Help me, Jesus. Where is it? Here we go. 40% off live sessions. Guys, this is also 40% off I have like packs of 3 sessions. You can buy 3 sessions at once and it's already discounted. And then you get another 40% discount on top of that discount. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to run it. I'm going to run this special at least while we're in the midst of this, what we in, the shutdown, the shut in, the stay safer at home. It is an amazing deal. It is an amazing deal. So, like, just to give you all an idea, a half hour with me, 30 minutes, get your tail, get down. 30 minutes is $60 typically. 40% off brings it to 36. However, I think I had 30 minutes down for like 3 30-minute sessions for like $150, and then you get 40% off that too. You guys are getting a deal. So I'm going to run that for a little bit longer while we in the QTs. Take advantage. My take on the golden age. What do you mean by that, AP? That I can give you a take. I don't know what the golden age is. So we're doing that for a while. Talk about being like, oh my gosh, stop it. Loyalty being a curse, while AP is telling me what the golden age means. Loyalty being a curse. There are times where, you know, I do feel rather loyal to people, and you know, once you're in my circle, cancers, this is how cancers are. You will get to know us. It's a blessing, and it's a blessing, right? Here she come. Girl, AP, give me your what does the golden age mean, girl? Hey, Trine. I can't hear you. I don't know. Us all ascending to 5D. I still can't hear you. Try and fix your microphone. You saying I have to do something here on my end, honey? I'm tired. Yeah, her sound is really low. It's low? Yes, it's low. I could barely hear you.
See, when you said that, that made a lot of sense.
Okay, all right. Well, now we're back.
Because I had you, I'm going through my speaker.
Okay, all right.
So I was like hearing you fine. I'm about to take a picture of the screen because it says everyone can see and hear you.
Okay. Let me answer this one question before we get to your is this a curse here? So what do I think about here? Let me put this up. Us all of a sudden into 5D and what that looks like. That ascension to 5D AP is really much akin to what most people talk about, what most religions talk about at some point, that, you know, new heaven, new earth, new this, new that, right? I do think there's going to be a point where we as humans, as we're going through these processes and we're raising the vibration, we're walking in more love, all the things that we're doing right now, I believe there'll come a time when we will because most all religious and holy texts do have some discussion about humanity living in a more ascended and all loving and peaceful existence. So I do believe that that is going to be possible. What that will look like, I don't think it's going to look like we've been told. I've talked to people separately about this, how, I do believe that the whole concept of heaven's paved with streets of gold and mansions, well, if you're a spirit being, an energetic being, why do you need a mansion and a street paved with gold? You don't. So I think that this concept of heaven and what it looks like is different, wrong, maybe. That was, man's interjection. But I do think that we are going to live in a world, and I was saying this probably 2 years ago, that we're going to come to a time where we're going to need to be able to identify one another by having actual spirit as opposed to being artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence is getting so humanistic and so real that the only way you're going to know the difference is to be able to discern that one has a spirit, an energetic center, a Merkaba, a light body, and one doesn't. That's way out stuff that's going to run my trine right up out of here. But anyway, why y'all getting on when your family? I can't help when your family needs you, fit goddess. We can't help when your kids be crying for you. Can we, trying? We cannot help it when her kids need her.
I know. How long you been on?
An hour and
I look at the
16
comments.
minutes. An hour and 17 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'm a little late.
Anyway, no, you done started now. Why loyalty? I guess that was your conversation for the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, Cancer's real loyal to the point, like when we finally do bring you into the fold, we bring you in, right? It takes me a minute to really trust you. You're gonna think that you know me, but you really don't. Like the depth of it, like I'm gonna I got the hard shell, so I'll let you see my hard shell, but I'm not gonna let you see my soft underbelly. But once I let you in and then you do me dirty, then I feel like, and then I give you a multitude of chances because I'm like, I see the good in you and you could be helped, and you've had all these issues and you've had all these things, and I really believe everybody can change. And then I'm loyal, and I keep getting bit, and then pretty soon I just cut you off and you're done. And then I feel silly. So I suppose it can be a curse.
That's what it was, a curse. Because we being too loyal. I just gotta get some color in my lips. We being too loyal, and we don't know how to stop being loyal.
Yeah, but by the same token, though, I wouldn't have it any other way.
What?
I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd rather be loyal and then.
Well, what does loyalty mean to you?
That I got I have your back, that I'm there for you, that I'm not going to run around here talking about you behind your back. I'm not going to do anything to hurt you maliciously on purpose. I'm here to support you, just show
But
you
that's
love.
not like being a friend.
I guess so.
But loyalty is different from being a friend. Like the CIA loyal to the president, they'll jump in front of a bullet, but they're not his friend. They loyal to I guess, the position of that high office or that high standard or the protection of the country. They loyalty to that. They loyal to that. You know what I mean? So what about you as a person? Loyal. You know, and you know what's so funny? Now that I'm thinking about it and asking that question out loud, it is not even about what we're so loyal to a thing. It's like what we're loyal to ourselves about.
I was just gonna say that
Mm-hmm.
because there's so even so the company I work for, I'm only loyal to them to a point, and they pay my salary, right?
Right.
If I get
Mm-hmm.
another job, I ain't worried about that. I can go here and sell insurance tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if what they're doing is incongruent with my integrity, I'm only loyal to them to a point until it crosses my personal integrity.
So it's your loyalty that you're following.
I
Okay,
guess
so
not.
if that's the case, since that's the case, that's the truth, then now we can break the curse because we thinking that it was about us being loyal to them, and then they mess us over or something, then we're not loyal no more, or we can't kill the loyalty. But now that we're like kind of cracking the code, if we're really truly loyal to ourselves, then you can stop it because something that can be stopped. Something that can
Mm-hmm.
be stopped. We have
Mm-hmm.
control now. The control is now back in our seat.
Right. Yep.
So now I gotta change the title of my video then. or
Ah.
or or privatize it like I always do.
I'm still either way to the people who deserve your loyalty. Janet, if they don't deserve your
Janet.
loyalty, what you giving it to them for?
I'm still loyal either way to the people who
I
serve.
think she meant deserve.
Oh, well now that she know we just broke the code, see, now it's time for us to fully be 100% accountable. We can no longer have no percentages. Now that we just broke the code just by communicating and talking to the universe just answered us and said, yo, nope, wait, nope. And it answered us. And see, Lisa and I, which I got to understand, not only Lisa and I, but other people too who want to change and have no shame or embarrassment or don't want to seem like we know and we don't know. Like we just did this live just now that we just said, wait a minute now. You got to change that instantly because we know we want to grow and we know we want to change. And the only way for true growth and true change is to not be worried about not knowing something or being embarrassed that people could see, because it's really still not about them. It's still about us changing what we want to change, what we want to see in ourselves. So now that we know that, we can't even continue on because I was about to have a long damn drawn out ass loyalty conversation. How is a curse? She was about to go there too with some things she thinking about. Then we had to think about it, like, yo, wait, no, not really, because it's only for ourselves. It's only for ourselves. What would really truly, how far, how deep, how committed will our loyalty be if it didn't serve us? So is it really truly loyalty then? Or is it something self-serving? You know what I mean?
So it's not necessarily that I think it's self-serving.
Right.
I think it's that it is when you're being true to yourself, and that's not a bad thing. So I guess that would depend on your definition of self-serving, because we've always been taught that self-serving is a bad thing, and it can be if it's going too far, if you right. But in all actuality, it's not. That whole like serving everybody else all the time and not validating or not taking care of yourself first, that's a bunch of BS that's been put forward by many different people, religions, whatever structures.
That's a lot of
To
12th
take
house
our
energy
energy
too.
and take control of us. Like you got to have control of yourself first of all. It's got to be So you have to take care of yourself. Love yourself first before you can love anybody else. I can't serve any of you until I've served myself, because otherwise I am pulling from an empty well or almost empty well.
How
And
will
then
people
I'm
be able
not
to know
doing
that?
service.
How will people be able to identify that? Not only with you, but for people who do that. You know, you saying that you don't do that, but for people who are looking, or actually we never look for something, we just confirming our subconscious. But how can people know that that's what's happening? How can they identify that?
That they're not serving themselves, or that I'm not?
Know that the person, like if they're seeking out information or something like that, and you just say you serve yourself so you can serve others. How will a person know that? Like, people not going to just come out and say their flaws or what they're working on. They're just going to try to put their message out. So how do you know that the messenger has done that, has served themselves, and you're not pulling from an empty well? How would they know you're not?
Oh, okay. That's where a spirit of discernment to me comes in. So when I see people, okay, this is a good example. People that always got to talk about other people and put other people down in order to exalt themselves, um, are typically ones that ain't worked on themselves. They pulling from an empty well.
No, how would I know that if I'm
That's what I'm telling you.
seeking?
I'm telling you right now. So if you like, I've seen some people that claim to be very spiritual, but in order to make themselves feel better and appear better during the broadcast, the show, whatever, they always have to say, well, I'm not like so and so because so and so does this, and I'm not like so and so does that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or so and so don't like me because XYZ. Those are people that ain't done their work. Those are people that if I got to put somebody else down
Okay.
to make myself, to exalt myself, I've not done my work. And the reason why I say that is because if I am self-partnered, done my work, and love myself truly, I can stand on my own too, 10 toes down. I don't need to say anything negative about anybody else.
But what if it's not that overtly demonstrated?
Hey D. Hey Travis. What if it's not that overtly? Okay. I'm trying to think of. Oh, okay, CJ. CJ, I'm gonna deal with that in just a second. Um, Not that overtly. I feel like too, and I've seen people that they may say they're talking a really good game, but they might say one thing that just like you're like, why would they say that? Or that you get again, it's this discernment. Like I could just feel when somebody is and know when somebody is just teaching something or saying something that I'm like, they really don't love themselves.
So okay, so then because you're not receiving what they're saying, that's how you know. That's how you'll know that you're talking to a person who has that empty well. Because if it's emptiness that's within them, and they're not fulfilled spiritually or whatever, you're not going to receive that full message that they're talking from their mouths, because it's coming from an empty place.
Well, okay, let me rephrase that because I just heard you say that back. I don't resonate with everything that everybody says, but I can tell when someone is, even if I don't agree with it, even if I don't resonate with it, I can tell it's coming from a really pure place by the energy they're using to give it, or by the energy that's kind of being given off of them. So I'm using my discernment and my intuition. There's a lot of things like I might
Yeah,
not
but I'm
agree with
asking
everything.
opposite of that.
What?
Opposite of that.
I don't know what you mean by opposite of that.
naturally we could know when someone is filled with something good because we're receiving something good. How I was asking, how would we know that we're not receiving it? And then I answered it by saying, and see if you, what do you think about it? By saying, well, you're not really going to receive anything from it because it's coming from an empty place, meaning not your empty place, because we're already empty, we're trying to get filled. But the person delivering it, they haven't done the work. Like you said, you've done the work.
Yeah.
And so you can help others. And I said, well, how will other people know if people really did the work or not? And then, but then I started thinking about it and hearing what you're talking about. And I was like, yeah, okay. They would know because they won't receive it. How could you receive something that the source is
it's
empty?
empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, or you might be like, oh man, that sounded really good, but man, something about that person just ain't sitting right. When you
Right.
get that ain't sitting right feeling, that's when you need to follow that ain't sitting right feeling.
And get out fast.
Yeah, be like, deuces.
Move away very
Right.
fast.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Move
because
around.
then you're going to continue to be filled with emptiness. Now, I mean, I know that you want to give people chances, not you, but people want to give people chances and you don't want to leave right away. But like, yo, like it's so many people that you can go to that you can get it from. I will leave right away. Maybe because it's my moon and I don't like wasting anything.
Mm.
No, hold on. This is a sidebar joke. I gotta say, y'all, for my Cancer friend over here. So she's a Cancer sun. I'm a Capricorn moon. So my moon opposes her sun, or her sun opposes my moon. So a lot of times I'm not gonna I'm more with the way how I feel about a thing is to like kill it, be done. It's wasting my time. I don't got time. Her sun is more like, because it's especially since it's water and it's not dried up like no, let me stop messing with myself. But so her sign is water, so she could since the Cancer is the cardinal and identifier, they are the identifier of emotions. So they can not, you can't, you got to understand that a Cancer is not emotional. They're cardinal, so they can recognize first, because cardinal is first, any emotion, sadness, happiness, anger, low key anger is not an emotion, but you know what I mean. And so if I say something is a waste of time because I feel that way, her sun, her head, and her mind is going to oppose my thought automatically. Now, not opposing me as Lisa opposing Shonda, but the energy is going to oppose my thing. And maybe it's not time to waste time. You got to look at it this way and that way. Now, she does help me because even though we're opposite, we're still polar. And when I say that, we're still on the same pole. Capricorn and Cancer is on the same pole. So I draw from that energy from her sun so that I could get more wetness, I guess, to blend that yin in there. And I could say, okay, let me not just throw it away right away. Mm-hmm. Let me think about it. But it's easier for us to do it because we're trines. We're in the same element. We're in the same water element. I'm Scorpio, she Cancer. So we're trining, and then we sextile, and then we conjoin with her personality. So I feel her personality a lot, and her personality can connect to how I feel in a Capricorn way. So a lot of business stuff and practicality and structure and building on the thing, we're joined together and fused together. So I really can't use me and her. Heck, Lisa, I really can't use me and her because it's like a lot of harmonizing, conjuncting, and trining, but still we do oppose, but I use it as a polarity.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, Lisa? Like you could probably say it in a different way.
Yeah, no, I get it. I want to address this too. So, Ms. Bishop, so I agree. We should not hold judgment on anybody that we sense are empty. We shouldn't hold judgment. we're just saying though that we also,
I don't know what that
there
means.
might not be somebody you want to continue to draw water from because their well is empty. Like, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna hold you in prayer. I'm a,
Oh, she
whatever.
talking about me.
No, I think she was just making a general statement.
Oh, because I said I'll let it go.
Because we were like, yeah, deuces be out. Both of us was like, we out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, we out. So
There's too many good things out here we can use.
but no, we're not judging at all. And no, and we shouldn't be in judgment of other people. I'm not in, trust me. They're by the grace of God.
But if they're empty, if they are empty and they cannot okay. If you're telling me that you have some TVs on sale and a circular just to get me to go to the store to buy other stuff, which they do all the time, $2 off for a 50-inch screen TV, and you lure me in, and then I go to the store, and then as soon as I get there, you say, "Oh, we sold out." And then it turns out that you never had them, but you want me to buy some other stuff. So that's what I mean by that. Like,
right.
And how could we know? We won't know at first because we see in circulars and we see in the ad. So they're going to lure us in. But then once we find out that they were lying, they were full of it because they're empty. Their stock is empty on TVs or what we went there for, then we should be out. Now, how will we know that they're right when we go there? Their lure is in from the circular. We'll go in there and then you see all these TVs in boxes and stacked all around the store. Then we're like, okay, that's more legitimate. That's what I mean by that about empty people who's empty and try to act like or portray that they are spiritual or they're helping you in some kind of way because they don't do their work.
Right.
So I wanted to know, how could you tell and be safe from that?
Right. So
That's what we were talking
we're talking about, this is opening up a whole nother door. So discernment, why trust somebody for spiritual guidance when they're not in a position to help at that time? I agree with that.
Right.
And at the same time, Ms. Bishop has a very good point. Yet they may be mirroring back something to us we should learn. And we've talked a lot about that in mirror.
That's exactly what is happening.
Yep. So it can be all of that. Mm-hmm. The thing that when as a leader, as a teacher,
this is where I gotta hide myself from because her son is about to oppose my moon, so I'm listening without making faces.
As a teacher, I'm not going to recommend to people as you're learning, as you're first growing, as you're whatever the case is, that until you have developed a level of discernment, I'm not going to recommend that you go to somebody that you already feel is drawing from an empty well or is operating in this like level of judgment of others that doesn't resonate, because that's not going to assist you in your growth process. In fact, it could stunt your growth process or stop your growth process if you decide to stay with that person. Then whatever. And then
this is the world's smallest violin, y'all.
Yeah, anyway. But my point is that I've had a number of people that have come in and whatever, and they running around with other people, and they've been running around other people 4 or 5 different times, and they always want to come back and be like, Miss Lisa. Well, at some point that door going to have to shut.
At some point.
I mean, you gotta, I really care for people that come onto this channel and that I work with. I really care for all of you deeply. Stop it. And I really do. So I don't want to see you running around with people that are not, that's not helping you.
Right. Exactly. I know. That's fine.
But they might be mirroring something.
People are gonna block me. I don't know. They're gonna block me on the
people who judge at too much time. I think we're getting off into something I wasn't even really talking about. We weren't talking about judging. I'm not judging nobody.
People who judge, don't take it off yet. Let me read it. People who judge have too much time on their hands worrying about, here we are going to another topic. They need to mind their business that pays them and back the F off.
Yeah. So to me, it's if now I'm talking about people on somewhere else that are so busy judging other people to make themselves feel better and to make the elevate themselves. That's just not somebody I'm gonna sit here and listen to. That's not somebody I feel like is actually teaching and training. Now, some of y'all might say, well, Lisa, you was just on here a week or so ago talking about the man down in Atlanta. Well, I wasn't judging that man down in Atlanta. What I said was that was dirty,
No,
low
you
down
wasn't.
wrong what he was doing in charging people for the
Right.
test and for the assessments that are all free. No judgment at
Stating
all. I don't
facts.
know that man personally. Now I know
You were
some of
just
that man
saying,
business, but
you
I
were
don't.
saying morally that you don't think, not that okay, it happened to be a church and it happened to be a preacher. But if it was a damn tent, you know how they be having those firework tents out on 4th of July? If it was tents of people saying, yo, I got this, whatever he was trying to do, and this is how much, $25 a vow, you would say that. You'd be like, yo, do y'all know that I saw this around? And you would expose that. I don't think that you were saying per se about the church, but since it was one, it was just an extra layer of it.
Right.
But you would not have even said nothing about the church itself if it wasn't for the topic of the virus. Right. You don't go looking for churches to see what they're doing wrong.
I don't go looking to pick church fights. I could, but I don't. There may be other reasons again, but as a leader, I'm trying to say to the people, I'm trying to say to the babies, don't stay over there. That's what I'm trying to say to the babies. Don't stay over there.
Yeah, hey, Bishop, you're right. You're saying what we're saying, but unfortunately, we only have 2 mouths, so you really can't say that part too. But you're absolutely right. It could be something that led us there. It could be a reflection of ourselves. Because all of actually it all is. It's not just that thing. Good things, bad things, whatever. In our subconscious mind, we project out and it reflects back. That's just the universe. That's just how life works in the universe. So you're absolutely right. It's just that we're just kind of staying on certain other points, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
When I counsel, I ask questions that cause them to think and come to their conclusion. I already knew was the heart of the issue. I know someone who are still.
I don't know if there's more to that. I was looking for. Oh, here we go. Here's more.
Oops,
starting
a spiritual journey, but has not done a spiritual work. And as one of my teachers said, universal prayer together, your laundry being washed with other dirty water. Well, I just, this was kind of my fault, y'all, because I was just like kind of cheerleading Lisa when she said about serving. Like she would not dare tell you guys anything that she has not done for herself. And something just popped in my head to say, okay, so we could see that in her, but what if we couldn't see that in other people? That's messed up for the people. Like that's an injustice. So that's really where that was coming from.
Yeah. And we're led to where we need to be led to, and all of us are going through different, that was the kind of the start of the conversation tonight, was at this activation of your light body, of your spirit body, of becoming spirit led. A lot of us get led to this space by going through trauma. And then we got to do that deep soul searching. We got to go deep within and figure out why, who, what, where. And that's when we get led to this higher level of consciousness, and some of us choose to go there, but I think most everybody here got there because we went through some trauma.
Right. And then she said she having major issues. I love it when people say they have major issues, because anytime that I see that, that's like a key trigger for me for change, that your life is about to change and your life is about to transform into this thing. Even though, as you call it, a major issue, I call it like I'm so excited. And then sometimes my excitement become inappropriate. Like if somebody told me that their husband left them after 20 years, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Now I skipped so many pieces. I understand you got to grieve. I understand that it's messed up. I understand that you want to like scratch his car, and you know, I get all that.
Yeah.
But I skipped to the transformation, and like that was your before, and now your after is about to begin, and you're gonna be such a more dynamic person than you were, blah blah blah. Now, see, somebody like me, people who don't understand that part of me might think I'm being insensitive. Like, you did not just hear this person say, this person, yeah, I saw that, but I skipped to my mind just skips to the after, like, yo, cool. You know, so I don't look at people major issues as major issues. And you should look in your chart and look at your squares and your oppositions so that you can actually now, I mean, I'm not recommending this to everybody if you're not ready to do this, but look at your squares and your oppositions in your chart so you can like go get them, go get your quote unquote, your quote unquote major issues. Because you can see that in your chart. Look at your debilitations, look at your stuff. Hey, Deanna. And then you fix your stuff. I'm not saying I recommend that. That's at a point when people are ready to hear that, then they'll come to somebody like me and they can hear that. You know, so that's another reason. And I was going to say, when you said you serve others because you serve yourself and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, what about the people who didn't do that? And actually, I was going to say, I thought we were going to go through this particular subject. I know we went up to judgment thing, but it's so cool of today that we have people on different levels of journeys and understandings and perspectives. That's what I was really wanted to get into. Because me and Lisa could be saying the same thing, but y'all may not be able to hear it from a Scorpio girl, you know, or Aries or Taurus or Virgo or whatever. But you could hear it from her. So she could say the same exact thing. I could pronounce the alphabet and she could pronounce the alphabet. The way how I'm saying the letter F, E, G, H, Z, y'all like, oh man, I ain't feeling that. But the way how she says it, you might be able to hear it. So the good thing about all of these conjunctions and all of this stuff and with astrology that's going on right now, the cool thing is that now the supply, I call it supply and demand. You know, first it wasn't enough demand, but it was a lot of supply. Like a lot of the people who like Lisa's video, the Lightworkers, that's the new thing, the Lightworkers. So it was more of them than a demand, right? So people had to figure out how to do stuff. Now, with all of this astrological outside influences, now it's more supply and demand. So, which will then, once that happens and that curve turns, then it's going to be more of, let me look at the people who really is into this and who's really doing this for real. Because, you know, everybody and their mother going to try to, you know, they're going to see more people into this stuff. So they're going to say, oh, I know how to do that. And then they'll start doing it. But the true people, the truth is going to come back. The more you keep searching for the truth, you're going to come back to original channels, like my channel, like Lisa's channel, like some other people's channels. Because you're going to see that it was always the truth, and you're going to be drawn back to the truth. Go ahead.
Right. And so, and Deanna says, we all have demons to deal with in life, even leadership teachers. Yeah, we do. I mean, and I honestly, I'm one of the first, always have been. Got me in a lot of trouble in the church. But I've said this to y'all before. Some of y'all may or may not have heard it. You would never hear me preaching from the pulpit about sexual indiscretion, because I knew as soon as I left that pulpit, probably later on that night, I was gonna sleep with my boyfriend outside of wedlock. So ain't no point in me preaching on being sexually pure and I'm just being real and not having sex before marriage, when I knew good and gosh darn well later on that night that's what I was fixing to do. You know, so we all have it, you know, and I'm no better than any of y'all. I'm not. You know, and Shonda doesn't feel that way either. I don't think anybody here feels that way, you know. We're not better, and that's a problem, I think. See, that's another issue that you can have as a leader when you start elevating yourself and forgetting that you're not better than anybody else. I'm not. I go through the same things. I've been through the same things that y'all been through. Some of y'all been through.
A bishop said that she made a comment and said that's when we send them off with blessings. That's exactly what we're saying, but we just said it in a different way.
Yep.
But exactly, that's all we were saying. The judgment thing came in because we're communicating back with you guys and not ignoring you guys. So we just picked up on certain things you guys were saying. But that's exactly what we're saying. Like, if it's not there, it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta go. We have to go. We have to go. We have to leave. Hey, Mahogany. Yep. We have to leave. We can't just stay. You can't stay. You can't stay. No matter how much you want to, you're not going to be served.
No. Just a different point in the journey. Exactly. And we each have our different callings. You know, we each have our different purposes. And so my purpose
Aquarius.
right? And she is
Aquarius.
Bitter hand, boy.
I'm so glad it's not the damn middle of winter no more. I'm glad spring came, man.
Oh,
woo!
But yeah. So
no, I said the winter, not Janet. The winter,
and I love that. That we each have different purposes, and I love being able to do mine, which is this. Wasn't meant to be on here for no 2 hours. We finna get off. She come up in my live, and then I'm on here for another 45 minutes to an hour.
I just wanted to know.
See, all innocent, the Scorpio.
I just really want to
try
know.
cause no trouble. I just wanted to get down underneath.
Snow? Well, like they say, Prince say sometimes it snows in April.
It sure does. Oh, that's one of my favorite songs too.
What, Janae? No, I'm gonna go. I put on my poll today. Like the last question. Sometimes when I be thinking like I'm going too out there with stuff, I'm like, okay, all right, Shonda, Scorpio, go back to your cave. So she's sending me back to my cave. It's okay.
Is that what she's doing? Putting you back in your cave?
I'm so comfortable there.
I know you are. I'm sending you straight back. I know you were, honey. I just want to be sure. You know, that's why you should have clicked that little link down there. And we could have had this conversation.
Bishop, right?
Yeah. That's my buddy.
Look for that link. I think I went all the way. I scrolled all the way up to find it.
That's my sis right there. She's another sis. Now she's a Virgo. You know,
she's our sextile. Actually,
she's our sextile. So you are a cousin,
Miss. Oh, Bishop. So she's a Virgo. Then I can start messing with her. Then that's my favorite thing, right, Deanna? That's my favorite thing in the whole entire world.
You can do it on yourself. Don't play. Here, click it right here. Here we go. See, don't play with me, Virgo. Don't play with me.
Now it's no excuse. It will self-direct you and you have to read it though. And it will self-direct you to what to do. Bishop.
That's right, Dio. She your Virgo sister. Mm-hmm.
How do you do it? You press the link and then it would tell you what to do.
Who's a Libra in here? I don't know.
Any Libras in here? I feel alone. No, because you can help. Hey, if you ever feel like that, Travis, you can, you know what? Find the balance in the conversation. So like, instead of you dissing those pastors, like when we were trying to get it all together, Bishop, me and her, you supposed to find a harmony in the relationships with that, because you are the relationship person. That's you, where you live. Create harmony. You're Venus. So you're supposed to bring us together with a clear understanding of harmony. And don't think that you're doing that. And you're a Cardinal, so you're a Cardinal. So you are a Cardinal, you are a Libra. It's your job to start and initiate that off. So don't think that's not your place. It's always a Cardinal's place to start something off. Always.
Okay, but I gotta wonder, because he be really liking a little. You know what though? No, I'm not gonna lie on Travis like that. One thing I love about Mr. Travis is if he thinks somebody is doing, one of his peeps wrong, oh boy, here come the Justice League.
All right, there we go. Then he could be he's an advocate, but he'll be advocate. The only way the Libra is going to be advocates, unless that is in their low vibrations. But the only way a Libra is going to be a true advocate is for the underdog, only for the underdog, only for people who are being done wrong and any kind of injustice. It's on a higher level because it's still Venus, and it's still that it's still the harmony planet, the beauty, the value, the people, the love. So Libras can't do it in a low vibrational unless they just into their flesh, as they say.
Right. Now we got an Aries here with Miss Sharon. Yep, troublemakers. And then we got Travis, the Libra. Now those are the oppositional signs, right? But they both will come together. One's Venus, one's Mars.
Polar.
But they'll come together to go to bat for somebody. They will come together.
Look at A Bishop. Look at A Bishop. A Bishop is pulling out her hair because she cannot figure out how to come on.
Oh, baby. Okay.
She's not on here. She's not in the chat. That's how I know that she's pulling out her hair.
Oh,
she's not typing at all.
No.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's gonna drive her crazy.
I help her.
You shouldn't have been born a Virgo. You should just let it go. Go back into the chat. Try another time. Let me stop. I'm sorry. It's my life's goal, my life's journey to mess with Virgo.
Oh my gosh. Let me say, come back in the chat.
Because I know she's going crazy trying to figure it out. I know. Next time.
Oh, that's funny. I know you hate seeing people being done wrong, and that's the justice in you.
And so is Aries. Gotta remember you're polar.
Hey, you. I think I'm on here.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Did you hear me messing with you?
Oh yeah, I was getting you. Oh, I gotta turn off my TV. So that's why I have a delay. It's because I lowered the volume on my phone, but I was still chatting and I was watching you on my TV. And that's why my messages weren't posting in real time.
See, you see all that explanation that Virgo got to do?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, you know what? See, oh my gosh. Where's my sunglasses?
Bishop, look on the chat, Deanna D. She is a Virgo too.
Oh, hey.
So she is supporting you right now.
Thank you. Now, don't have me go back to the chat. I'll be really lost.
No,
stay there. Oh, what is she? Oh, yeah, she's still here.
Shonda kept saying that you couldn't get here, so you were really trying. That's why I texted you to tell you, don't worry about it, baby. Just come on back. Sharon,
I was here the whole time hollering. I said, yes, you're talking about me.
Yeah, she really was. So Sharon is a Scorpio rising.
Oh.
Yes, child. Yes.
So what would that mean to you? Your name is Sharon. I'm calling you Bishop because I just see Ava. Sharon, so what did that mean to you when she say you're a Scorpio rising?
I cannot with her. I cannot.
But what did that mean to you when she say that?
To who?
Sharon. Is her name Sharon? No, not Sharon. What is your name? Wait, your name.
You can call me Timmy. You can call me Bishop too. It's fine.
So when she says you're a Scorpio rising, what do you hear her? When she say that, what do you hear her say?
When she says she's a Scorpio rising? I'm not a Scorpio rising. I'm a Sag rising.
Sharon.
What are you talking about, Lisa?
No, I'm talking about Sharon, the Aries, our resident troublemaker Aries, is a Scorpio rising. She said, note to self, don't tell her that. Well, I told it. It's in the chat.
Well, first of all, we're for the same planet. So, Sharon.
Yes, Scorpios and Aries are from the same planet of Mars.
Yeah.
There's that Virgo love from Deanna.
Mwah, mwah.
Well, it would take both of y'all to do the one thing right.
What?
Terrible.
No, she did not.
Good night, Laquana. Good night,
You know what? Wait a second.
I'm in love.
I'm gonna get you. Now, Shonda is a Capricorn, correct?
No,
Nope.
she's a Scorpio. She's a Cap
Oh
rising.
Lord, I was raised by a Scorpio. Oh,
I'm not a Cap rising. I'm a Capricorn moon. This is just a little Scorpio
I'm
thing,
a
but I'm a
Cap
Sag.
rising.
Sag rising. Yeah.
okay.
Oh, that's right. You both are Sag risings.
See? That's why we can have fun too.
Mm-hmm. You know
I'm
what,
afraid.
Travis? You need to stick with them Leo. I like them Leo men for you, Mr. Travis. I really do.
The Leos will go good with him. And what is he, a Libra?
He's a Libra.
No. Wait. Yeah, Leo and Sag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Leo and Sag. There you go.
What you mean I'm wrong, Deanna? Put Deanna's link up there real quick.
Look, Laquana, yeah, just go to my website,
I recently just
heartofinspiration.net.
found this site
order
from
that.
Lady Shonda via Flight Boss. You saw Deanna's comment? She just saying that because I said it take 2 Virgos to do that one thing, right?
See, we're both gonna get you. I'm too scared to even go to the restroom right now because I don't. What?
By the time y'all get me, I'm gonna be so in my cave that it's not gonna matter. So you got to do stuff first and then run and back into your cave.
Oh, welcome, Laquana. Look, Trine. She says she's familiar with you from from Mr. Dolo.
You have both. Well, you got to learn their energies then, Travis, because those are your sextiles. Those are people who you're gonna get along with, even if y'all have beef. You're still gonna get along with them eventually, really, really fast. And that's like with me and Virgos and me and Capricorns. And Lisa is not, hers is not Virgo and Capricorn, hers is Virgo and Taurus. Because she's a Cancer. So mine is Virgo and Capricorn. Because her Capricorn and her sun oppose.
Yep.
So yeah.
No, I can't stand no Tauruses. I'm gonna be honest with you. I shouldn't say that. But I've never gotten along very well with Tauruses. Virgos, absolutely love.
It had to be something with their moon then, and the way how they probably felt about things or expressed things that rubbed you the wrong way.
Probably I have something with Piscean men. I can't handle.
You can't do that because they're
they're too flighty.
They're your opposite, Bishop.
But they're fun, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah. But they're your polar. See, every opposing sign is also on the same pole. Like, okay, so it's always explain opposition. You see this? Well, it's so weird with the camera. Okay, so each sign, you're the Virgo and they're the Pisces. So y'all complete opposite ends of things. So the way how Virgo do things is one way, the way how Pisces do things another way. However, you still on the same pole. You're polar opposites. So y'all can easily blend because is yin and yin is water and earth. So y'all could blend, but then sometimes y'all go back to your sides.
We blend at the right times.
if you take that opportunity.
I have.
Like if one of you take the opportunity, but y'all could blend. All the signs that are opposite could blend perfect. Because we need the opposite. The reason why we opposite because we play out the same thing in different ways. Like I oppose Tauruses, but I don't because I learned more about the Taurus energy. It's like a mirror. It's like a mirror you put in front of yourself. Everything you lack, your opposite sign have, and everything they lack, you have. So
makes total
get
sense.
more. Yeah, get more of what they have, so you guys can come together and have that blend.
Yeah. Now, see, I love an Aries. I loves me an Aries. I will never have a relationship with now.
Just sex.
They're not good for that for me. They're good for other things for me, but they're not good for that for me. But I love my Leo men to the bitter end.
I do too. I do too.
You're
Chris
the moon
Cuomo.
and the sun, and the sun. What?
I was just agreeing. The Leo men.
Yeah.
Mine's Chris Cuomo. August 9th.
Oh no, she's another one.
Yes,
oh yes,
other Cuomo brother.
The brother. Yeah, I did a reading for somebody who liked Oh yeah, his name is
Ooh,
what's his
Trine.
name?
Andrew, Trine. We're going to have to wrap this up.
Okay.
This is my son. So, guys, I got to take this call for my son. So,
Well, this was
Everybody.
fun.
this
I'm glad
was
I figured this
fun.
out. Next time I
Yes.
try to put a little makeup on or something, y'all just well. And you were just talking about me, Shonda. I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Okay, guys. Good night, guys. I love you guys. Hey, nothing.